What's going on, listeners? We are back with episode 12 of the Allure DJs podcast. As usual, we got our hosts, Sahil,
What's up?
Shaylin,
What's goody?
Haight,
Good morning, America.
and I'm Rishi. On the Allure DJs podcast, we discuss the hard-hitting topics that saturate the music industry. Using the perspective of a DJ company, we analyze the way music impacts culture and society. Let's get it poppin'.
Before we get started, just want to remind all of our listeners that at the end of each episode, we have a segment which is Songs of the Week, and we do add those songs on our Allure DJs playlist on Spotify, so make sure you check that out.
That shit's hard. All of it. Every single track, you're going to love it.
Trust me,
Yeah,
we dig deep.
It's not
Unless
just
Hate added it.
it's not just the songs of the week. It's random stuff we're just adding whenever. So it's like, just what we're listening to in general.
Let me tell you something. If you ever see ABBA on the playlist, it is Hate.
Definitely mine, and you guys should appreciate
I'm
it.
pretty sure
ABBA is
Dancing
wonderful.
Queen's on the list.
Yeah, just know ABBA wasn't Rishi.
Yo, honestly, you can't hate on ABBA.
I can't. I'm just saying.
You
It was Hate. If you're wondering. Anyway,
Fair enough.
what are we talking about today? Oh, I know what we're talking about. We're talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Jay-Z and
Surprise
Beyonce.
album.
Yeah.
Duo
so
album.
much for a surprise.
It's
I
so
think.
original, right? No one's ever done that, especially not them two. God forbid.
Yeah. But okay, so before we even get into the content of this album, I think one of the biggest things that was surrounding the release of this album is what timing. Like, what kind? It was terrible
You petty
timing.
motherfucker.
Oh, for sure.
No,
Petty
it wasn't me. Like I
No, not
wasn't,
you.
I wasn't thinking that, but like so many people are like, why would they do it right then, right after like Nas's album? And first of all, like it's just people like got it really political really fast. They're like, well, of course you're gonna do it right after Nas and Kanye release an
Yeah.
album. Now that they're not all buddy, and of course Nas and Jay-Z.
I thought they are.
Yeah,
buddy
but the
buddy
weird
now.
thing
Oh,
was-
but
Now.
Kanye and yeah.
Yeah.
But the weird thing was, not the album this year came out first. The first streaming service it was available on, Tidal.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the funniest part too.
Yeah.
But in general, it's just the timing is very interesting because it's right after Nas's album, and a lot of people argue that it took away of a lot of attention. Because like I said, Nas's album is very, very good, but I mean, it's definitely not getting as much attention as Jay-Z and Beyonce's, or at least as fast. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's inevitable, right? You put two people, honestly, here's the thing. Beyonce is a world stopper, okay? I think she might be the only one who could just drop something and every single one of her legions of fans and everybody even outside of that is going to pay attention.
I don't know anybody that does not like Beyonce.
Okay,
I
exactly.
don't know.
Actually, I know people who don't like them, but like even then, you're gonna pay attention to Beyonce. You know what I mean? Like even if you don't like her, you're still gonna look at what she's doing.
I don't know why you wouldn't like her, to be honest. Like, I understand it's an opinion, but it's like, when her music's good, I understand that's subjective, but like, her music's good, her general presence is good,
She
and
does
just
a lot of charitable work.
yeah, and her like in general, she's just a very like perfect person.
Yeah,
like,
It's almost
I-
like she
it
took
is.
like a
it's
mini.
very hard. Like, it's very hard to find a reason to not like her.
Yeah.
So it's just in general when someone like her comes out with an album, it's gonna most likely overshine anybody else's work at the
Yep.
time.
She took on like a first lady role almost. Doing the
Basically.
doing the same stuff, but like just on a smaller band.
Dude, honestly, I
Smaller
would
scale.
argue that Jay-Z is the first lady in that relationship. I'll be honest with you, bro. Listen, I get Jay-Z is great and all. He's a real good businessman. But Beyonce's got some fans. She's got legions and just legions of fans who swear by her every single move. And I didn't notice this until I went to school at Rutgers Newark, actually. Like, there are so many
Yeah.
fans of Beyonce, guys, girls. It's not even like a demographic. It's everyone. And I noticed that even after the Lemonade album, because like I maybe heard it like twice when it came out.
I heard it once.
Yeah, and like I was like, all right, I get why it's great, but I don't really relate to this, so I kind of move on.
Yeah, I get
But
it.
I go there, and people are just like, yo, Beyonce's a queen. Beyonce's a god. Like they're waiting for her every single word.
Dude,
Damn.
yeah, I mean, because no, she has such a huge following, and like I said, because of the fact that she's one stayed out of most drama, she's obviously in general a very good person. So, and I understand like loosely, it's hard to say like, oh, someone's just a good person, but
Yeah.
like, just in general, like given her actions, her contributions to the hip hop community, to several communities, it's like, I don't know, just what do you expect when she comes out with an album?
Hey, do you guys think that Nicki Minaj delayed her album because she knew this was coming?
I think she
Either
delayed
way,
the
smart
album.
move. Like
I think she delayed it because she knew a lot of music like was coming.
this is a bad time for Nicki to come out with music.
Yeah, if Nicki came
This
out
is
right
not
now,
a good
she
time.
would be overshadowed.
This is
like
not a good
crazy.
time.
Yo, I
There's
would
way
not
too
have
much
heard
out
that
right
album yet.
Yeah, no, it would have been too fast, and she wouldn't have gotten the.
I already forgot Chun-Li came out.
Yeah.
You know, Nicki Minaj is boldly saying that I'm gonna come out with the top hip hop album this year. I understand everyone says that, but just the way she said it was so like full of
Dude.
confidence.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let's see.
I kind of
mean,
hope she does.
I hope she is that good now because her 2 singles were not too bad.
Dude, but see, the thing is, I really feel like no matter what time she drops it, and then at least if it's in the next 6 months, it's gonna be compared to the Kanye stuff, the Beyonce, Jay-Z, and the Drake. No matter when
Because
she,
they're
unless
huge
she delays,
artists.
exactly. So there's no winning for her unless she literally waits for 6 months.
Or unless the music is just that damn good. But I don't know, like,
Ah.
Nicki's good, but, like, I don't know if she can come out with that impactful of an album. She's good with those singles. She's got, like, her clever lines, but a whole album to be, like, overshadowing these guys, I don't know. But, you know, regardless, let's see what happens. But
Yeah.
getting back to this Jay-Z Beyonce,
True.
getting back to this album, in general, like I was going with the timing, what I was trying to get to is, so do you guys think that the timing of this release hindered the
The potential of what Nas's album could have
yeah,
been.
do you think that it was, it doesn't matter if you think it was intentional, non-intentional, do you think that it being out hindered their potential reach? Because they were very close together.
I'm just gonna talk about it based on who's involved here. I mean, we're talking Kanye and we're talking Nas as the duo, and then we have Jay-Z and Beyonce as the other duo. And I mean, all 4 of them they have their spot in the hip hop industry, in the music industry. But I think the thing with Jay-Z and Beyonce is just that their fan base is just extensive, man. Like you're looking at 2 people who come from sort of different backgrounds. I mean, Beyonce is a singer; she's a pop singer. Jay-Z was, all hip hop, and so I think that's kind of why it kind of overshadowed the Kid Cudi and Nas album.
Kid Cudi?
The
Kanye.
I'm sorry, the Nas and the Kanye album.
Yeah, I actually think it kind of goes back to that conversation that we had on our last podcast, which was discussing how the Nas album might be kind of niche, right? Yeah, and
Yeah.
so and I think because of that, I don't really foresee people who are really like people like us who might play that Nas album multiple times. Like I've been listening to it all weekend.
I listened to it a couple times.
Yeah, like I don't really think this album necessarily like pulls us away to the point where we're not going to go back to that one. And I think a lot of people would echo that same like sentiment in the sense that like if I'm a Nas fan, Beyonce isn't pulling me away completely from Nas. It's just
Yes.
like, oh, I'll go check it out because
Beyonce.
Jay-Z's on it and Beyonce's there. But it's not like, yeah, fuck that Nas album now. I think that anybody who really enjoyed the Nas album is probably going to go back to the Nas album. And anybody who didn't enjoy the Nas album they're not going to listen to it anyway.
Yeah.
And so I don't really think that it affects his overall release that much.
I mean, even with Jay-Z and Beyonce, you have Jay-Z fans, you have Beyonce fans, and then you have Jay-Z and Beyonce fans, like who are people who are just fans of the couple.
I mean, they're the ultimate power couple.
Yeah,
$1 billion
exactly.
Couple.
So they have, if you think about it, like kind of like 3 separate fan bases that intertwine with each other at certain points.
But what makes me really sad? All these artists are making old people rap now. Like I'm kind of not a fan of it. Like
What do you mean old people rap?
Like every single
I know what
song
you're trying to
Jay-Z
say.
was talking about on this album,
Mhm.
he was mentioning his kids' names, this and that. Like I get it. Like you're getting to that point in your life where you're raising kids, like you're doing all this. And
I know
all
what you're
that.
looking for.
And like it's old people music.
You want the Jay-Z that
I want that
made
grunge.
Jay-Z
I
him.
want that
don't-
like feeling.
I don't. Jay-Z, listen, bro. If you're 45, I don't want to hear you rapping about shit that 20-year-olds are doing. I'm good. Listen, make grown man rap, please. Please make grown. Yo, do you really think like Eminem right now is 42 years old talking
Okay.
about
Eminem
fuck
is a
the bitch
different
and the clip
story,
and,
dude.
and like everyone's like, dude, what are you doing?
Eminem is trying something else that's not working at all, but I think Jay-Z can still pull it off.
He
But
can.
what is
but
he gonna do?
The thing is, him making music like that, I just think he would be forcing it. He's trying.
would be.
He would be forcing just for the sake of catering to his old fans. But like, it wouldn't be. But he's never done that. He's never just been like, oh, let me just make stuff that everyone likes. He makes whatever he wants to make,
Dude,
and
if
people
you're-
like
I
it.
asked a lot of people, and they're really not that interested by albums like 444 and this Beyonce
See,
Jay-Z
so
album.
444. First of all,
Phew.
that is a masterpiece.
Okay, bro, listen.
That is
Bro,
a
it's old man
master-
rap.
It is
there's
old
so
man
much,
rap.
Yeah, but there's also so much more than just
But
old
like,
man rap.
I don't like that. I'm not a hip hop fan like that. I don't really care for it.
But
A lot of people don't.
But okay. Here's
I-
the
I'm
thing,
the-
though. You're also
The
somebody.
general consensus of people that I've talked to, they're like, yeah, I didn't really like 444. I don't really like this new Everything Is Love album. It's not what I'm looking for.
I guess we've talked to different people, but what I'm talking about, you in particular, is you are somebody who always preaches that I appreciate quality and I appreciate artistry.
I
and
do.
if you appreciate those two things, you should really see what 444 is.
No, so I do. I've listened to the albums. I appreciate what he's done in it. I know that it's a good album at like the highest level. It's a very good album. It's very polarizing.
So it's not
but
for
me
you.
personally, I'm not a fan of old man rap.
But do you agree that an artist should evolve with his age, or should he just remain true to the one thing that people really enjoy about it?
I'd rather have Jay-Z old man rap than Eminem try to be pop singer, rapper,
Well, yeah, agreed.
political
Okay, but-
activist.
Okay,
Yeah, that was never the
nobody
question.
fucking wants Eminem
Yeah, no,
to be
Yeah,
that-
but I'm trying to tell you the difference between the different types of evolution I like. Like I like the evolution that Jay-Z is going through, and I appreciate it. But that's just not what I want.
At least you can expect that at any time, at any age, Jay-Z will bring up crack cocaine in his songs.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
And by the way that he did it on Story of OJ is fucking genius.
Yeah, it's just so, like, it always comes up. It's almost like Pusha T and always talking about the freaking,
dude, and even him,
the drugs. Yeah, like,
Yo.
it's so...
like,
But you guys say that Kanye is also pretty old, and he's not making old man rap. He evolved in his own way, but it's
Okay,
not old
listen,
man rap.
okay,
Alright,
listen
buddy.
to Ye. You think that's like some...
Okay, Ye's not even old man rap. That's just his like random thoughts coming
That's what
into
I'm
like
saying.
his mind at like 3 a.m. He's like, yo, let me go play this right now. It's fucking genius because nobody's there telling him, yo, this is horrible.
yeah, but Kanye's maturity and his evolution has been erratic, just as Kanye is.
He's still a
Like,
7-year-old.
He's like Jay-Z is a mature person. He's not. He
Yeah.
doesn't see the world
Yeah.
through those fucking childish eyes anymore. Like, can you think about being somebody who sees the world on the level that Jay-Z does at this point? What he's seen, what he's experienced, and then to try and go into the studio and make some like basic ass like, yo, I'll fucking spend money. Like it doesn't connect.
Dude,
You'll
okay,
get
let
bored.
me put this
Look,
into
I'm not
perspective.
asking him to come out with a song like Rolly because that's not his
Dude,
style.
let me
but it
put this
doesn't
into
have to
Rolly
be about
even.
his kids.
Let me put this
He
into
doesn't have
perspective.
to say that in every single song.
Jay-Z has created his legacy, and he has like humbly stepped off the throne, and now he's honestly, I mean, I hope this doesn't offend anyone, but he's kind of doing music as like a hobby, quote unquote.
He
He's
is.
he stepped off his throne of trying to be the best, and now he's just like, now I'm just gonna sing about my life, rap about my life, and people like it, they like it, and he's really, I don't think he cares anymore.
Yeah.
But the difference is Kanye is not humbly stepping off his pedestal.
No.
He's been making music, and he's like, no, I'm gonna keep going like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So that's the difference, that Jay-Z is just so high up, and so is Kanye, but Jay-Z's like, I'm good here.
Yeah.
Like, I've created like an empire, and this is where I'm.
You know, just an interesting thing. Beyonce is the only person in the world who, in her music, in the first song, she goes, I want you to come inside and get away with it.
Yep.
Nobody made a comment about that. Nobody said anything because it's Beyonce. She can't do it wrong.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, she's also like a sex symbol. Like Beyonce has always been that person who, like, you know, she kind of sets trends, and you can kind of notice if you're somebody who's on social media like Twitter and Facebook. That's kind of where things are trending, where it's okay to say things like that and like be proud of your sexuality and stuff like that. And Beyonce was kind of one of the
And okay,
I
I'll
guess,
be-
but like, if Nicki Minaj or Rihanna said that, you wouldn't get the same type
Oh.
of reception.
Yeah, but if you
Nicki
say
Minaj
anything-
says that shit all the
if
time.
anyone
Yeah, I was
comments
gonna say,
about
Yeah,
that,
but
she
like
could get
Cardi B
raunchy.
says that too, and people like rag on her for that.
Yeah, because it's not.
It's 'cause of her
she's-
background, where she
also,
came
she's
from,
not
that's
new,
why.
Bro. Like she's not doing something original. Like it'd be cool if you're trying to sell sex to us if you were the first one, but like Beyonce did it at a certain level, then Nicki dove straight fucking in, and then Cardi's kind of just like coming along, and I like her personality, but I get why people are like, yo, the sex thing is kind of overdone now. Like
yeah, I get
She
it.
does it in a raunchy manner, I guess.
so did Nicki.
So did Nicki, but she just like,
Yeah, but one of Cardi B's songs was all about her.
yeah, but like Nicki did it like, okay, so there was like
Anaconda.
there was like a certain trend like with Beyonce too, and then Nicki just kind of broke a new barrier for like music videos, music content,
Yeah.
music, like her general content kind of broke open the door for like things that became acceptable.
Beyonce did sexy classy, then Nicki dropped the classy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, not
That's a good way to
yeah,
put that.
Basically.
It's like,
I mean,
fuck that.
even little Kim, when she was rapping, she was pretty raunchy in
Oh,
her
yeah, she was.
lyrics as well.
Exactly.
But I think that's what
but she didn't acted that way too. Like,
But
you know
it's
what I
like
mean?
it's almost like
Like
it's.
she didn't do stuff like that. Though.
I feel like female rappers like that's like the only way they're gonna really get big is if like they
Lauryn Hill.
But that's what
do
we
that,
don't
like
want.
they sing like that.
But that's what we don't want.
But no,
we don't want to treat them like that.
But that's
Yeah,
like
but
that's what attracts
That's like the
people
wrong
to them.
idea. That's
yeah,
like
but that's marginalizing.
that's the wrong way to perpetuate female rappers. We shouldn't even be saying
It should
female
be the rapper.
rappers.
Yeah, it
we
should
should
just
just
be
be
rapper.
saying another rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, like there are fairly popular. I mean, Lauryn Hill is the one that always comes to my mind because she's so amazing and she's so well known. But she never sold sex. She just sold pure artistry.
Yeah, there's a lot of artists that don't.
Yeah, and MC Light never sold sex. Fucking what's her name?
Sia can't sell
Rhapsody.
sex.
Rhapsody now.
Yeah.
She can't sell sex. Neither can Rhapsody. But they're still great artists, and I don't think that. And it's Nicki, dude. Back in the Nicki had bars coming up. Nicki was hard as fuck. She didn't need to put everything on sex. She could have actually she went bar for bar.
She
on a
did
song
it 'cause
with
she wanted
Eminem.
to.
No, that's fair. But like at a certain point, it becomes like more of a tool than just like you expressing yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like and that's when it starts to get cheesy. You know what I mean?
But I still feel like Nicki kind of broke the barrier, so
She
it just
did,
it
yeah.
works with her because people expect that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm still not gonna blame Cardi or anyone like that because like
She's
it's
trying
just
to get up.
it's just who she is.
Make your money, bro.
Yeah, it's just who she is. No, she's not doing it in like an annoying way. She grew up. Like Cardi B grew up from like Bodak Yellow.
That's
From
true.
whatever period of time that was, she's much more grown up now.
That's true.
So
What do you think? What was your favorite song off the Jay-Z and Beyonce?
oh, I gotta look. I don't even remember all the song names.
713.
713 is so good because it's freaking throwback to
Dude.
freaking the Still Dre song.
Mm.
Yeah, it was so good.
And then like when the hard beat comes in as Jay-Z's rapping, I'm like, oh, like I was going ham
That
doing
was
that.
so
There,
smart.
that one song, Ape Shit.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
the
okay.
ad libs. No,
I
but
need
the
to
ad-
talk
I
about
tried
that.
so
I-
hard to like one
Oh my
song
God.
specifically, but I can't pick one out of this album.
the moment I was listening to Ape Shit within the first I want to say within the first stance that Beyonce had, I knew Migos was on that
Yo,
doing
you know
the
what,
ad
though?
libs.
Okay, let me just say something. Jay-Z and Beyonce, the one thing I didn't like, there's like two songs on there. One is Ape Shit, and there's another one that are super trappy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't
Very
okay.
catering.
They okay. Do you remember the song Top Off? Like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
couple
yeah.
months ago. Okay, that was great. They dove into that with Future.
That shit was a slapper, bro.
Yeah, but I don't want more of that. That's kind of annoying. I don't want to see them get on these
I'll
trap
be
beats.
honest, I thought that song was garbage, but
Top Off?
dude. I don't
Nah,
listen.
that hasn't.
I'm
That was,
so
that was a
over
dope
Beyonce's
song.
Future
Beyonce's
with
part
that
was
shit.
great.
Okay, yeah.
Beyonce's part was great. Jay-Z was like a 6 out of 10.
I can't do
at best.
Future with I'm in the with the
Th-
Maybach.
that's what I'm saying. Like
That
so
was getting too.
them
too
mixing
annoying.
with like the mumble rap, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
When they try to do it, like when Beyonce does the mumble rap flow, it's freaking hot. But like when she mixes it with another
Rishi, that
mumble
was
rap,
mad
it's
creepy,
like,
man.
Dude, what? No,
Rishi
I'm
was like,
just-
yeah.
It was, dude. It's all right, guys. I
No,
guess
but, like-
that's what we're going with.
Dude, who cares? Because like it was like she's really good at that.
She
She's good at
is.
she's good at different flows.
I
but,
mean,
like-
if I had the choice to put my navigation in Beyonce's voice, I would do it.
Oh, 100%.
I'm sure all of us would.
But like in general, there's one or two songs like I said that had that flow and they were good. Like they were good on it, but I'd really prefer a different beat if it was there.
Yeah, I honestly, man, like I feel like these two are capable of like you know how every now and then people release projects where they don't cater to any particular sound that already exists, but they still do really well, like what Kanye's doing right now. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he really goes like Kid See Ghost, for example, is in my opinion fucking awesome, but like it doesn't cater to any sound that exists. I think Beyonce and Jay-Z are capable of making something like that, where like it'll get really popular, but it doesn't do anything that we're expecting. And that's not really what they did here. They kind of patched together, especially with those two trap songs and with a couple of other things. I was like, this just doesn't sound like you guys are trying to innovate in any way or try to be yourselves or try to forge a new sound together. It just sounds like you're trying to emulate what's going on. I'm not about it.
For some reason, I think this album might kind of fall off.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah,
think it's
it will
just
too.
gonna be it just people listen to it for a while. Maybe it's gonna get some radio plays. I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna fall off because like it's a good piece of work, but also I seriously think just maybe this wasn't the time. To be honest,
Maybe
this wasn't the time, or maybe they should have made more songs, or I don't know. I think it was just a worthy listen, but I don't know how many times I'll
I
be
mean,
playing.
I think in a week Drake is gonna overshadow everyone.
Yeah.
We'll see when that actually comes.
Yeah.
You guys
We'll
say
see what
that,
happens.
but-
Wait, so when is Drake supposed to?
Apparently,
The
June
29th?
29th. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
11 days.
like.
We'll be in Country Town, but
Yeah, sorry guys, no Drake.
oh no, I'm playing that as soon as it comes
Country
out.
music only.
No, in the hotel, I'm definitely playing.
We're
that.
gonna be at
on the
Honky
Allure DJs
Tonk.
podcast that week.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, I mean, yeah, overall, impressions of the album are I don't see myself listening to most of those songs again other than 713, to be honest with
Okay,
you.
713. It was.
713
is.
is, oh, that's a playlist ad. I like that song. After that, man, you know.
Do you guys think this is
throw it in
another one of
rice.
those albums that you can just listen to by yourself, but you can't really bump it with your boys?
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, it
It's like
seems like it.
444. It's the same idea, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
pretty much.
See,
Except
that's what I
444 was
mean.
a quality album.
Like Kids See Ghosts, I don't mind bumping with
Yeah,
people.
but it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be like party music.
It's not about being party music. It's just, it's personal music.
I guess.
But every music doesn't have to be social. Like, you know,
Yeah,
it
there's
could
some-
be
there's
something
some
that you just
music
want to
that's
listen to by
just better for
yourself.
Yeah, you won't catch me listening to that SZA album with a bunch of friends.
He's got. Yeah.
I'm
he's got a
vibing by
point.
my damn self.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Even the XXXTentacion album, like 17, I would listen to that by myself. I wouldn't really
Yeah,
bump
it's-
that.
If you try to bump that, they'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Is
Yeah,
this
yeah,
shit?
yeah. Way too depressing for social.
I am so sad all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to get a mic, and when we go to Nashville, trying to interview people about different like SoundCloud rappers, see if they know who they are.
Oh my god.
Oh,
that'd
man,
be
out
really
there, I
funny.
don't
It'd be
know.
so funny, right? You know how
It'd be a
people go
toss-up.
around New York and they ask questions like, "Who was the first president?" People don't know stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll be like, "You know who Kanye West is?" And they'll be like, "No, I know Brad Paisley."
Oh my god.
You know, Kanye West recently released an album with Tupac, and and just start going off to see if people be like, "Oh wow, I heard that. Yeah, Tupac is great."
That'd be interesting to see.
Oh my god.
Black
Alright.
Thought and Miley Cyrus recently.
Well, no, we can really convince them. You know, Miley Cyrus and Biggie, party and bullshit in the USA.
Yeah, that mashup.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be a funny thing, honestly.
That was a catchy mashup.
All right, so we ready for some songs of the week?
Songs
boys?
of the week. My favorite segment.
Favorite time of the podcast.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Little jingle there for you guys.
There,
All right,
that's
so-
the official Allure DJs.
Alright, First one.
So yeah, the first song is the one that I'm adding today. It's called "Way Too Fly" by A Boogie with the Hoodie. It just came out last month, and here it is.
Oh.
It's a nice vibe.
I'm way too fly. Shine in the nighttime. I'm a vampire, but I don't bite. Come inside when it's daylight, but please don't waste my time. I'm timeless, I can't lie. I bet I can hit it, give me one night. If I see the right light, I can tell you the one. Okay, I can tell you the one.
That's a summer jam right there.
Hey,
I'll
I
boogie with that.
fuck with that.
Yeah, nice vibe. All right. Oh, who?
Oh, yeah,
This
this is
song.
me.
This is you?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I've heard this in a minute,
yeah,
bro.
I don't know. This for some reason I was like scrolling through my list and this just came up. I was like, wow,
Damn, yeah, I've heard this in a minute.
What is this?
This is The Fam featuring Jay-Z by Marty Grimes. Have you heard this?
I haven't.
Oh, that's pretty.
This is a good song. It's a
Because
good song.
I swear to the fuck G-Eazy anthem that I always preach.
Just listen to this one. I'm not a big fan of.
This is
G-Eazy
like the
either,
old
but
G-Eazy.
This
I
is
don't
I-
get
good.
why you guys don't like Jeezy.
I like
It's not
Jeezy.
bad.
I can't wait to talk about this one day.
All right, let's see.
It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I do it for the fam. Tryna put food on my table, going ham. PYT says she knows who I am. Brows on fleek, she'll do it for the gram. Lobster and drugs, she'll do it for a gram. Body up a model with an ass, goddamn. Like a jacket on, fill a blim, that slam. You be wearing fake shit, bro, that's scam. Damn. Leader of the squadron. Carry my team on my back. Feeling the weight, but believe I'm on crack. Plots for this paper, I'm scheming to stack. Why it's so down when you see me in black? Always move forward, don't need to go back. Work for the day, I can say I feed my whole family, been dreaming of that. Listen, my day when that's Marty G. Camaraderie, loyal, my soil is always a part of me. Shape me into what I am, just like pottery.
What do you think, Rishi?
All right, here's the thing, man. I don't want to seem like a hater here, and like I like the flow and I like the beat, But like he's still, that's probably one of the better G-Eazy verses I've heard. As far
Yeah,
as
come
bars
on,
go.
man.
But you
You
don't like
can't-
No
No,
Limit?
but that's still so like mediocre. It's so average, man. Is he not just like a really? To me, man, he sounds like somebody who like just learned how to rap but got kind of good, and he hasn't elevated beyond that. It's just like really average rapping.
I like
I
Jeezy
don't
because
think he's
his
trying to
flows on.
elevate beyond that. The people want to listen to him just like bumping in the background.
Yeah.
But his-
That's
okay,
pretty
so-
catchy, man.
He
Come on.
has good music that you just bump to.
Like that's fair. That like those things are catchy, but like it's not. He doesn't bring anything different to the table. It's just his flow is the same as everybody else's, and the lyrics are way dumber. So like I don't understand what the appeal is. That's all.
It's
I'm
not about
saying.
the lyrics.
It's just
I
it's just
told
it's
you
just
the
songs.
flow
You
is this is generic too. So
It's
what-
just songs you
the
can bump
beat is
to.
nice.
Yeah.
So it's the
He
beat.
sounds good.
It's okay. So
It's
his
a good
production's
song.
nice.
It's a good song you just bump to with your friends or something.
So his DJs are good.
Okay.
All
I
right,
see.
this is for a different discussion.
All right, I'm down
I mean,
to
you
talk
can
about
say
Different
that about
episode.
any song, but
Drake. I say that for Drake all the time. But anyway, we can get
Yeah.
into
Okay.
this.
I know what you're saying. All right.
Shout out
Next
to
is
40. You make him. All right.
next is your song, Rishi.
Next up, this song is just this. I found it on Spotify randomly. It's called "The Last Thing I Do" by Omar Kadir. It's got a nice vibe to it. Check it out.
Look, I just left my past 10 years behind. Now they think I'm always catting like a feline. Wanna come before the dollar sign like TY. That's the main reason I can never rewind. I thought I would never make it up, my hopes was low. I just caught a flight from SF4 to Tokyo. There's some broken things about me I might never show. She just cheated on you with me, you might never know. That's why I can't trust her, cause she sneak off for another dude that won't love her. How could I give up my passion, it keeps my heart pumping. They said I'd only be underground like H. Tubman. Yeah, they was wrong again. Like when I pray to God, I tell them I won't sin.
Oh, that was mad clever.
Hey,
Underground like H. Tubman. That
There
was-
it is.
Yo, this guy reminds me of Russ for some reason.
It's exactly what I think.
This
yeah.
is Russ 2.0
It
right
sounds
here.
like Russ, but I liked it. It's kind of a nice vibe.
All right. Last song's Hates.
all right, this is kind of a classic song redone by Weezer. I think it was done really well. It's a cover of Africa by Toto. Someone asked him, it's about time you bless the rains down in Africa, and then Weezer just randomly dropped this. I think it's pretty good.
I hear the drums echoing tonight. She hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. I stopped an old man along the way, hoping to find some old forgotten words or ancient melodies. He turned at me as if to say, hurry, boy.
Bro, this is the type of music you listen to on like an open field on like a sunny day,
Yeah, dude.
running through like the flowers and the
Yeah, it's just nice,
sun.
simple music.
I like this, bro. I usually listen to Wheezy, but I'll try Weezer now.
Yeah, in my free time, I run through the flowers in my free time.
I lost the words right there.
When Hate said he was playing Weezer, I was waiting for the lighter flick, but it never came. I was like, what is going on?
All right, so those were our songs of the week, our sounds of the week as well. If anybody's interested, check out our playlist on Spotify. It has all the songs we put in every single week, so basically you get a big amalgamation of all the different types of music that we all like.
You get an amalgamation.
I couldn't think of a better word for it. It's
Yo,
the first thing that
this
came to
man-
my mind.
This man pulled up thesaurus.com real quick. He's like, yo, I need a word. Amalgamation.
Either way, you got the point. Check us out on SoundCloud, YouTube, Google Store, and Apple Podcasts. That's Allure DJs. Check us out on Sundays at noon. Sometimes we release a little bit after, but don't miss us too much. That's Hate signing off.
Rishi.
Shaylin,
And Sahil.
peace out.